Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Morning, everybody. No music in the background today because the last 24 hours have been even crazier than the preceding 48 hours after the 6th. So here we are 3 days later. And the media, the mainstream media, and big tech are making a major push on censorship to remove Donald Trump and all those associated from him or with him, really from public discourse. They'd really like to abort Donald Trump in every possible way, expunge his existence. And they would probably like to do that to a lot of his followers if they don't believe they could be coerced, since the left really doesn't convert people, it coerces people and brainwashes them. So the last 24 hours have been a crap fest. Flying. I'm not losing it just yet, but if they can effectively silence the president and remove him, because he's still a sitting president, they can do it to anybody. Especially with the narrative, oh, he incited violence. You don't think he certainly didn't incite violence. I think a miscalculation on the president's part was to have an open rally on the 6th. He should have had a closed rally somewhere where he could vet everybody coming in and just let Washington be Washington. We heard no debate about voter fraud, which even if it wouldn't amount to nothing, it would have been good to hear the debate. It would be good for Republicans to know that they need to act on it. Representative Dan Crenshaw had some good comments about it, that the 6th was never going to be, the turn of events, the turning of the tide, the great change. It was going to be a 2-hour exposition on different points of views about fraud and no fraud. So it's easy to be disheartened. I'm not happy. I'm not dancing for joy over what I think is coming, because I think there's going to be more censorship, more cancel culture. It's almost like cancel culture has been working out for the last 4 years, quietly under the Trump administration, and now they just busted out of the gym and they're ready to go hog wild. And so that's in effect what's happening. This is why we should not be in favor of everything being digitized. Do you realize that companies could conspire to completely isolate an individual? Imagine if banks decided to freeze Donald Trump's assets, where he could not access any of his money. Now, if he's smart, he doesn't have it in just one bank. But I can see them doing that. I mean, we've already seen in 2020 just what a bunch of jerkbags the little petty local tyrants can be. Mayors and governors are horrendous tyrants in many states. So no background music today with this Black Cat commentary. Rather just be aware, be informed, be as active as life allows you to be to participate in things. If the Republican Party slides to a never Trump party, they will destroy themselves. So they better not do that. I mean, it's fair to criticize the president. Nobody is above criticism. If anybody thinks they're above criticism, what you then have is somebody on a pedestal, and you have the makings of a cult. And we don't need a cult of Donald Trump. We need people who appreciated his patriotism and his policies and his love for the people of America. And he got 4 years of endless harassment, 4 years of endless attacks, oftentimes with very few allies in the political world. So I can understand him being very angry about things on the 6th. I get it. I don't think most people could have handled what he endured in the last 4 years. And do I think the election was stolen? Absolutely. I think there was massive fraud, and now we got the results. So we'll see. We'll see where snoozer and loser take us. But be ready. Be ready for the cliffside because it's coming. We're gonna drive off and fall into the big pit that is the left, and all of its vileness. It is vile. Again, we're talking about people who kill babies and celebrate it as a right. So let that sink in. They've had almost 50 years to germinate that nationally. Peace. Goodbye. Love you all. Prayers.